On November 7, 2025, at Bhavnagar Police Station in Bhavnagar, Gujarat, Assistant Conservator of Forests Shailesh Khambala arrived in a visibly distressed state, accompanied by his in-laws. He informed police that his wife, Naina, and their 2 children, minus 13-year-old daughter, Pratha, and 9-year-old son, Bhavya, were missing. Shailesh stated that on the morning of November 5, 2025, which was Guru Nanak Jayanti, he had gone out for a morning walk. When he returned to his government quarters in the forest colony, the house was completely empty. At first, he assumed that Naina had taken the children and returned to Surat. After all, they had come to Bhavnagar a week earlier for the Diwali vacation. And November 5th was the day they were supposed to go back, but when he checked his phone, he froze. There was a message from Naina. "I am going far away from everyone. I am taking Pratha and Bhavya with me. I have lived with great difficulty for years. Now let me live. Don't try to find me." He immediately called her, but her phone was switched off. Since Bhavnagar to Surat is about a 6-hour journey, he initially waited. But when Naina did not reach Surat, and her phone remained off, he informed his parents, and later, Naina's brother, Haresh Jatana. The family panicked. They rushed to both together. They searched bus stands, railway stations, and public places, carrying photographs of Naina and the children. Nothing. Fearing something terrible had happened, they filed a missing complaint on November 7, 2025. Police registered a missing persons report and launched a search operation. Teams were formed, 1 to collect CCTV footage, 1 to retrieve Naina's call detail records, 1 to question relatives. After 24 hours, there was no solid lead. On November 8, Shailesh told police that a security guard had seen Naina and the children leaving in an auto rickshaw, but this claim quickly collapsed. There was no CCTV footage of them leaving. Naina's last phone location was still inside the colony. The security guard denied ever saying he saw them leave. Meanwhile, Shailesh stopped coming regularly to the police station and left for Surat, claiming work obligations. Now, police grew suspicious. They examined his call records and found frequent calls to his junior colleague in the forest department, Amit Vania. When Amit was questioned, the case took a shocking turn. November 16, 2025, the excavation. Police, along with a JCB machine, forensic team, dog squad, photographer, executive magistrate, and Amit Vinaya, arrived at an isolated area near Shailesh's quarters. 2 pits were identified, Site A and Site B. At Site A, after digging more than 6 feet with no result, officers ordered deeper excavation. Half a foot later, a foul stench filled the air. Wrapped in stones and a sari was a decomposed body. It was Naina. Her family collapsed in grief. Then came an even more horrifying discovery. At Site B, 2 smaller bodies wrapped in stones were found. They were Pratha and Bhavya. All 3 bodies were sent to Sir Taka Singh General Hospital, Bhavnagar, for post-mortem. Forensic teams seized bedsheets, pillows, and clothing. Sniffer dogs reacted aggressively inside the bedroom. Now police were certain. Shailesh Khambala was arrested. His first confession, half-truth? He claimed that Naina wanted to permanently move to Bhavnagar, while he wanted her and the kids to continue living in Surat with his parents. After days of arguments, he said he killed her in anger on November 5th, and then killed the children to avoid being caught. But this story had cracks. Because call records showed that on November 2nd, 3 days before the murder, P had instructed Amit Vania to dig 2 large pits near his quarters, supposedly for waste disposal. If the murder happened suddenly on November 5th, why were graves prepared in advance? Under intense interrogation, the truth emerged. The real motive, an affair. In 2022, while posted in Junagadh Forest Department, Shailesh began an affair with a female forest worker 10 years younger than him. The relationship grew serious. Even after transfers, they maintained a long-distance relationship. He was obsessed. At one point, to visit her during training in Gundanagar, he lied to his seniors, saying his daughter had died. Ironically, he would later make that lie a reality. By 2025, the affair was over 3 years old. When Naina decided to permanently move to Bhavnagar, Shailesh saw his family as an obstacle. On November 2nd, he got 2 pits, dug 6.5 feet and 5.5 feet deep. The plan was set. On November 5th, at around 7 a.m., while his wife and children slept, he suffocated Naina with a pillow. Then, one by one, he killed his children the same way. By 8:30 a.m., he dragged their bodies into the pits, wrapped them in stones, and covered them. The next day, he arranged dump trucks to fill the pits with soil. When a forest guard tried to approach, Shailesh warned him about a snake to keep him away. He later disposed of clothes, slippers, pillows, and other evidence in the Shatrangi River. On November 7th, he filed the missing complaint. The mistake that exposed him. Police found Nana's phone inside the quarters. The farewell message Shailesh had been showing everyone was not in the sent box. It was in the drafts folder. He had typed it, put the phone on airplane mode, and taken a photo of the message from his own phone to mislead everyone. But it was never actually sent. That single mistake exposed him. He was charged under Section 143 murder, Section 238 destroying evidence, Section 240 false information. Shockingly, during confession, he showed no remorse. His girlfriend was questioned on November 8, but no evidence has yet proven her involvement. On December 10, 2025, he was presented in court and asked to consent to a narco test. He refused and instead claimed police harassment. He remains in jail. Psychological reflection. This crime was not a moment of rage. It was cold, calculated, and pre-planned. Crime does not begin with action. It begins in the mind. When desire rises above morality, the brain creates justification. Gradually, empathy dies. Guilt fades. Responsibility feels like a burden, and then the unthinkable becomes logical. Shailesh did not explode in anger, he calculated. And in the end, the same mind that planned the crime became the witness that exposed it.